You're muted, by the way.
I'm sorry. Hi, everyone. So let's get started with Bitcoin, November 13th today, and then we'll go through all the active list coins. Now, this is on a weekly time frame. So let me hide all the drawings for now and zoom out. On weekly, we know this is all-time high, major correction, and then a bounce. And this is a lifesaver as far as bull run is concerned. This level was a lifesaver because going down from here would put Bitcoin in a big trouble. So that was a big thing. Now we are here. Bitcoin is here. So this reaction that you see this week, this was most obvious because this is all-time high. All-time high doesn't get break. I mean, it doesn't break out so easily. I mean, at least not in a first go. So this was obvious. And then some consolidation. This was not deep enough. If this would have gone down, then I would be concerned. So this was in acceptable range. And then following week, there was good recovery. In fact, this was also very important week. So last week was very important week because this was correction, and this was like total uncertainty in a sense that it was not ready for new all-time high. And this is last week was the week where it says, no, I don't want to go down, that's it, this is my low, and I want to just go up. Starting this week, we had new all-time high. But day before yesterday, what we saw was something unusual for me because when you look at a one day, I'll show you why. But on weekly, you see this kind of reaction is something not a point of concern at this moment, but it's undesirable. It's something which I didn't want to see. As I said, this is okay. Taking some time is okay here. Then this was positive, and then nice move, new all-time high. Technically, price level point of view, new all-time high. It didn't last long. So if when you track on a weekly, this is intra-week breakout. This is intra-week breakout. So technically speaking, on a weekly time frame, Bitcoin has not made new all-time high. This is very important point. What does it mean? That this, by end of the week, whatever is the price we consider. We don't consider highs. So on weekly time frame, this was the closing price. This is the closing price, and this is week hasn't ended. Wherever it ended. So that's why this week is so important. Today is Saturday. Tomorrow it's going to end. So we have one more day. If it goes up and close above all-time high, which is on Binance 64854, we'll have to see some other exchanges what is the situation. Maybe we'll have a quick look. What I want to see is on weekly time frame, it has to break above and close above previous all-time high. So what you see here are these two are attempts. These are not all-time high. Okay, price wise, yes, but on a weekly time frame they are not. So this is to be understood. Now, having said that, that's not something bad. It's not negative. It's just that it's taking time. So right now there is 80% probability that it will continue going up. When it breaks above, then I'll say it is near 100% probability. I mean, probability usually is not 100%, but it's an expression, say maximum probability. So this overall, if I have to summarize, there is nothing wrong with the setup. There's no weakness at this moment, but the kind of rejection that I saw is not something I wanted to see as a TA. I wanted a clean breakout this week, like it tried, but the way it went back, closed below, not it's not closed on weekly, but the way it written back or below the all-time high is something was not good. Now in last 1 hour I see bounce. So if that bounce continues and we get a closure above previous all-time high, then excellent. That's what we want to see. We want to see this week ends with higher level. Okay, at least it should close above this high, then it would be amazing. So because this was the previous peak from, yeah, so that's my call. So right now the way I see here is from risk point of view, there's no risk. But at the same time everybody should have a plan, because when things correct, it doesn't give you time. Now risk management point of view, I would say very simple technique, especially in this current situation, that this week's low, this week's low, and this week's low, these three levels can be considered as your three triggering point. Could be, if you think that makes sense. Okay, so if it breaks below this week's low, then you can do something this week's low, because breaking below this week low is not a good sign at all. And I'll change the probability based on what it does as per the level. At this moment we are looking for upward breakout, and so far so good. Okay, so that's the Bitcoin. Now let's get started with alts. I'm not going to have two sessions this time. On a weekly time frame, I'll highlight there are three main phases where you see uptrend continues. Another, so in this case, not in this case, but in current stage, whether the coin has come out of recovery or coin is still recovering, I will focus on that. That will help you understanding which coin, if you planning to shuffle your portfolio, that will give you, so that this input will help you. Because my style is, anything is under consolidation, under recovery, may not give you good opportunity compared to the coin which is on having momentum. So I would highlight coins which are having momentum, and coins which are not under recovery but it is out of recovery and looking for higher level. Okay, so at this moment, so I would categorize them based on this, on their stages. So 1 inch is middle of the recovery. Aave is still no sign of strength at this moment. It's flat, it tried well, but right now it is still moving sideways. Last week was really good. This week was little weak, but there is no risk. It is just moving sideways, but yeah, it's not so bad. ADA, no opportunity as such. It's moving sideways. It tried to move up, but again, like other coins, it also corrected. So I would say right now this is to be considered as consolidation. So in this case it's not recovery, because it went up nicely and didn't go deep enough. So this coin held up, and it has been moving in a very narrow range. If you consider this 2.4 or 2.5 to 1.81 kind of a range for many weeks, right? These are like 7-8 weeks. So that has been a story. So we don't know, it might make a move. So what you can do is, this week's high, if it breaks above this week's high, then you can consider that okay, now ADA is up to something and it wants to touch the previous all-time high, and then likely to go beyond, right, in that case. So I would say nothing at this moment, and this week's high can be your point of interest. Algo is looking good, especially did well yesterday, I like the bounce, and now it is approaching the recent high. So algo is good. Alice is moving sideways. There were a couple of good weeks. This week a little down, but again I would consider this is a sideways movement, but positive sideways movement. I see the rise in the volume comparatively, um, but like when it was, this was more like a recovery than reaction, and now this is more like attempt to break above. Still it has to break above 22 plus for it to get some momentum, but I think it's showing a good sign at this moment. Atom is not bad at all. uh, so it didn't correct much this week. It reacted too much. So but today it's looking good. So I think this is looking good overall. Atom is looking good to me. AVAX has been a star, as we know. Last week was amazing. It made new all-time high, and this week little down. I would say flat. No, I would not say down. Flat, but look at it's up by 4%, and it could make a new move on the upside. So looking good. Of course, this is not going to do differently if Bitcoin does anything. See, you see what happening. What I'm missing for Bitcoin is this kind of momentum, and that's something I'm looking forward. Sometime it happens on upward breakout, but it tried twice but without volume, and volume was declining for Bitcoin. I would like to see this kind of a huge ramp up, and that is not observed or evident. Even for Ethereum we'll see that, and that's something it is badly missed out, and I'm looking forward for it. I like this kind of a breakout which shows the strength. AXS, I would say just be careful. The AXS sitting on top, but sitting on top, I would say this could correct. I would not say crash, but I would say pay little attention to this coin, and I would say though it is very close to new all-time high, right? Still, I would say until you see it happening, assume it could correct. So let me clarify. I'm not saying this is going to crash to any deep level at this moment. However, it's showing a sign of a top where it showing that probably it's out of steam, but it's too early to say because it's still above last week's low. So I would not call out any major downside move at this moment. However, I will just indicate that if just wait for this high to be broken above, because if not now, it following day it might correct, consolidate, move sideways, and then go up. So I would not rush for this coin even though it's very close, right? I'm talking about anyone who is interested. I'm not talking about those who are holding it. Okay. Yeah, I see a sign where it is like it says this is my top. I want to go a little deep and then move sideways and then break out after gathering some energy, or it might move in this way like what ADA did and then shoot up. But yeah, it's right now I would say mm, wait for this to be broken about this week's high, because it's not too far actually, but sometimes it's not too far, but you never know. So that's my take for AXS. BNB is in a great position, as you see now, waiting. I mean, it touched the all-time high. It touched the all-time high this week. It tried to break above. So again, this behavior is totally normal. As long as it's above this previous week's high, there's absolutely no point of concern here, right? So I would say it might take a little time or no, it doesn't matter. For you it is very simple. If it breaks above previous week's high, right, then it's interesting, or whatever is the higher, 55.73. and this is sorry, 666, 669. Yeah, last week's high. Yeah, so 670, if it breaks above 670, or maybe previous this all-time high, right, which is 691. 691. Yeah, so you may track this high, then you can expect a new leg, new leg on the upside. So looking good to me, very good. So this could go long way, because this was correction, this is recovery. As part of the recovery, it corrected and then reached to the all-time high, and then you see whole entire this thing, as a consolidation. So this is very important as far as how you see the chart, that you have to put you have to be very patient about these things. You have to put everything in one block or box, say this is the consolidation. So many people try to interpret this kind of a move, and I would say nothing wrong in doing it, but as far as big picture is concerned, this is our big picture. This is still under recovery, I mean consolidation, but when it reaches to this level, we can say it's out of risk. It's the recovery, it's already recovered fully, right? When it is here, we can say it's consolidating and it is going to start recovery. So the whole entire thing is consolidation, but you can break down consolidation. So you can say this is the outermost consolidation, and within that you can say this is the consolidation, which is important that it doesn't go down. So when you are here, your concern is it should not go down. So this consolidation is good, but you're not looking for higher level. What you are looking for as a trader, that it must not go down. Your expectation is it should not go down, right? When you see this, then you can say it is now recovering, it is not going down. But when you see this, it doesn't mean that it is going to go high, it is going to make higher high. You cannot say that. You can say this is very positive, this is recovering, it doesn't want to go down. Okay, and when you see this kind of retracement, but you can say okay, it retraced, it's point of concern a bit, but it's not risk. Why? Because it's still making higher lows. So that's not my concern. Yeah, I have to be prepared. I have to make sure that what if it continue going down and goes here, then I must do something, right? Because then there's a chance of risk. The next week it bounces, it moves away, makes new high, then you can say okay, fine, this corrected, but now it wants to continue going up. And when you see back-to-back candle on a weekly basis, you see the progress and eventually break above this point of rejection, then you can say oh okay, this was just for time being, now it really wants to continue its recovery. And when it reaches here, you can say the outermost consolidation is about to complete. Technically speaking, it's not complete, but it's about to complete, and that's how it works. So this is also consolidation at a child level, this is also consolidation, but this is a difference where this is more like a here defense, and now this is more like upward breakout, and this is just interim correction. And if you have this kind of a view for any coin that you're holding, then it will make your life easy. So I'm giving you some insight. So whatever I said is for BNB, but you can think this way for your some other coin, right? There's no difference, because I didn't talk about BNB, I talked about a chart. So there is a difference, especially those who are new to this channel. Note that when I analyze, I don't analyze coin, I analyze chart. I don't care about coin. Okay, you give me any coin, my method for the chart is going to be the same. It is not that my method will be different for Binance coin or Bitcoin or any trash coin or so-called shit coins. My method doesn't change anyways. The method remains the same, because method is for charts, it's not for coin. So for you, coin might matter. For me, coin doesn't matter at all. For me, it's just the chart. If the chart is good, then it could make money. If chart showing risk, then there is a potential loss in value. as simple as that. So this chart could be not just crypto, it could be stock, it could be oil, gold, anything. It doesn't matter. There is some change little, the way it is calculated, measured and all, little bit of change, but fundamental no change. So whatever I talk is not just about a coin, it's about a chart. So I took this example, random example of BNB. So whatever I said is not for BNB alone, it's for any coin. So this is just part of education beyond analysis. So if you take this as I mean, you can take this in your assessment. It will help you understand what is happening. It will also help you choosing coins. So this way you can enhance your skill, because there are so many opportunities around, and sometimes you say, okay, now which one is, so I'm not going to say this is good or this is bad, not like that. But and things change also. So now how you will become or how you will gain that skill, you are getting analysis, that's for sure. But my goal also to share some educational stuff with this example. And one day I would really like to see that you will say, okay, I don't need your input, I can do myself. And I think I'll be very happy if any one of you reaches at that stage where you can say, I gain enough knowledge now, and I can manage my stuff by my own, and then I would be very happy. Because then I will have more satisfaction, in fact, that okay, now you started with something as a new trader, and now you are independent totally, and that would be the happy moment for me. Okay.
Teaching us how to fish.
Yeah, I mean, so because this kind of understanding take you far. But sometimes people get panic with some move, sometimes they don't understand which coin to be taken, I mean, to be chosen, the risk management, money management. These aspects are beyond signal channels, because my goal has been, I mean, my goal, there was no definite goal, but my intention, I think that's the right word, my intention was to go beyond signal channels. Because if there is signal channel, it's so easy, I give target and forget about it. The amount of time I spend on different Zoom call is for educational reason. So one day you will become a trader, because signal means following. If someone says this is the target, you hit the target, you do something more like a bot, but there's no learning there. And my effort is to provide all this resistance and all that detail, but at the same time a lot of example, analogy, my experience, and whatever I think is right, I try to share, so you become a better trader, not just someone who will just take clues and follow something. So that's the intention. I personally don't have any goal, I don't believe in goals. I'm very spontaneous in that way. If I plan to do something, I'll start doing it, but there's no definite goal. But yeah, there is intention, there's some direction, but there's no definite goal that I want to achieve this much, that much. Never. We saw BTC. This is just a different flavor, I think. So we can skip BTC. CELR, let's continue. CELR, I mentioned that it is moving, this is still under correction. You see it went up. So on intra week, if you look at daily, it looks like it's recovering fully, but on a weekly it's not. So it doesn't mean it's bad. You saw this kind of a correction, you're seeing mini version of this, right? But this is base, looks like this is a support. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with it. Only if the previous low is broken below, then you can think that okay, this counter trend that you see could continue going down. But this week it's saying I don't want to go down further and wants to go up. It hits R3. This is not a coincidence, it hit R3. rejected, which is obviously, but yeah, it's a little deeper than what I thought maybe, but not so bad because it's still above previous week's low. So not a concern at all. Okay, but one thing in the big picture point of view, you as a trader, you have to recognize that this trend, the downtrend, not a macro trend, but a local level, right? It's not something which is like going down like the macro level. So this is, I explained this earlier. So this is your main trend. What you can do is you can draw a simple line starting from this March and go through all this price level in middle. So up, down, up, down, up, down. So there are, so you can say for CELR, different coins have different structure. So that's what I've been saying, that don't put all the alts into one category, say these are alts. The different alts are having different cycle. Those who do not know all this will put everything into one bucket, say Bitcoin versus alts. It's not like that. Each and every alt has its own fragrance. Yeah, they follow Bitcoin on a macro level, but they have different fragrance, they have different flavor. Okay, so they look different, they are different, their life cycle is different, their trend is different. Okay, of course the bigger macro trend is the same, which is moving up, but if you dissect that, so you will find up, down, up, down, up, and little down. Now if you look at BNB, just for an example, we've seen this recently, you see totally different thing. Yes, macro from the March is going up, but you see it's totally different. Moved at this angle, then a vertical move, and then horizontal move. So you can dissect this. Let me do it for you again. This is educational purpose, right? This is what you learn here, and you won't believe what you learn here. Actually, I'm not trying to say this is out of the world, but I would definitely say this is not available in books easily. This is not being explained so well in a public forum, that's for sure, unless somebody is really doing, then I would appreciate that person as well, right? So I'm not saying I'm the only one, but I would definitely say this is hard to find. So you see at a 45 angle, then a near vertical move, and then a horizontal move. When you see chart in this way, this is the structure of BNB. Now come back to CELR. Okay, now you see totally different thing. Now you tell me, if anyone say everything, you see zigzag, and this is a miniature version, right? And let's say it continues. I'm just trying to project forward for now. Then this is totally different life cycle, right? Totally different life cycle. Percentage wise different, we know, but not just percentage wise, but even structure wise it's different. So if someone says alts and they try to put everything into one, like season and all, okay, say rubbish. You have no clue. You can say that, and you have evidence. It's not you're saying because you believe in it. You can show it because you just learned it. Now you can educate that person. Right now, so let's understand that this is called counter trend. So this macro trend is up, and as part of the journey you see this kind of a correction, it's called counter trend. Okay, these are temporary downtrend. So the real downtrend would continue and break below this and continue going down deeper. That's macro level correction. That's called bear market. Okay, what we saw here, we don't have enough data here, but this is what we had earlier. That's called bear market. But these are tiny correction as part of the bigger journey, longer journey, I mean. Got it? So this is educational stuff, and this is not trivial matter, by the way. Once you understand this, this is extremely beneficial than anyone who is just sharing targets. You see this is totally different flavor. How can you say this is the same as CELR? totally different flavor. No way it is similar. It has its own unique identity as far as structure is concerned. As far as direction is concerned, same. But look at the march. It was not going up to start with, not like a vertical move, which were very different, more or less at a 25 degree angle. If you take the average, not many people are watching weekly. I see the count. Hardly anyone watches this weekly video. What they think, because their focus is price target. But what they're missing is this kind of educational stuff which goes into weekly call, and I think they're missing out a big way. So you look at the angle. I think there is a so this is a nice utility, you see that it shows the angle. It shows the angle at a 17 degree. Maybe if I take this as a midline, 21 degree angle. Have you seen this? If not, then you try out. This is cool stuff. It shows you the angle of the wave. So this is 21 degree, right? If you look at BNB, right? This is BNB. This was 33 degree. So there's a difference. It shows more strength, and then vertical move, and then Doge gets this day vertical move and super vertical. I mean, this is the amazing move. Anyway, so this is how it goes. So there, and also the length is different, time duration is different, angle is different. But I think you got it. So you got 3 examples to understand that different coins have different life cycle, and they need to be understood. And that's what I try to explain here. So you understand that if any coin is under consolidation, don't expect too much. Now if somebody is expecting miracle from Doge, he doesn't know anything about how things work. It's not a personal critical comment from my end. It simply shows that person doesn't know the game, doesn't understand the game. If somebody says Doge, let me buy Doge right now because it's going to shoot up like anything, is dreaming. So because this is under consolidation. But if you say BNB will shoot up like anything, then it makes sense, because he understood the game. Why? Simply because BNB is sitting on top, not somewhere here. Doge is sitting here. Doge will have its day whenever it comes. But saying Doge is going to shoot up like anything, probability wise, it's not that I know the future, probability wise you cannot say that. Having said that, it doesn't mean Doge is bad. One day it will start moving up. There will be one fine day it will start moving up, and then it will go crazy, right? So but when this kind of input is going to help you choosing when to do what, when you want to reshuffle, when you want to reshuffle your portfolio, this kind of input, this kind of insight help you, right? This is so important. That's why these weekly calls are so important. Okay, dot made new all-time high, and I think it just retesting all-time high. It came down. I think this is strong, one of the strongest coin at this moment. Nice looking. There's nothing more to comment about it. Very good structure, there is no crazy moves. So this is another aspect. When you choose coin, sometime you take some crazy coin. Some coins are lottery coin. I commented yesterday because some of you, or few of you, actually not some of you, but like couple of users were going after few coins, like specific coin, not few coin, and like as if that's the world. Means if you don't buy you will lose opportunity, or it has great opportunity, there is no other great opportunity like that. So I understand if you say once, but be careful when someone says a lot for many days. That's not that's not healthy, and on this platform I'm going to stop that guy. If someone keeps saying about any coin for days and days, I'm going to stop, because that's not healthy, especially for something which is just came out, which has no basis. I mean, there is no track record. The team is not so known. Just because someone known figure has founded, and if I see a lot of promotion, I'm going to stop that. And be careful when someone does it. Okay. And also report to me if you feel uncomfortable, because it's important, right? Yeah, if you like something, you praise about it, but there is difference. Okay. It cannot happen every other day. So what I was saying, that you can go with some crazy coin like Doge Dash, Elon, Flocky, and some other coin, right? There are a few other coin. I'm not saying you cannot make money. There is difference. But point is, you have to understand that they are lottery coins. I call lottery coins. Means in lottery you win a lot or you lose everything. So when you put your money in that, you have to be ready that you could lose anything. So my attempt is, money can be made, but on my platform my focus is how you will become a better trader, and how you will earn, I mean, how you will get opportunity which is long term in nature, and fast, very fast, ultra fast is not everything. So, and it's not that you don't touch at all. Yeah, you touch, but only thing is you have to remember that you could lose everything in that. Okay. So if you think that I'm okay to lose 1% of my money, then put 1%. If you think that 1% is too much, put half percent. So it's not that you don't put anything. If you want to put, you can put, but remember that you could lose everything with that kind of coin, no matter who is promoting it. Okay. So be careful with that. So you should try everything in life, but anything that you try, it should not hit you hard. Okay. That's my goal. I mean, that's my message. So if you want to do leverage, you can try, because in life experience matters sometimes, but that experience should not be life threatening or anything, and any major threat to your financial stability, right? So that's the only message I would say. You should try it, because sometimes, no matter I say leverage is bad, sometimes you have to do it to see how bad it is, if it is not clear that it is really bad. So you may say, okay, you know what, I have, let's say, $10,000, let me try $100. And if you win, but how many times you win? If you win, let's say 6 out of 5 10 times, or 5 out of 10 times, and make money, then you may continue, because it's not about leverage or no leverage. It's about how many times you win, how much money you make in a longer run. It's not about one call, it's not about one go, it's about consistency. So that's it. So when you want to try something new, you can try, but with an extremely low risk. Then you can try, because if it ends up in a really bad situation, you are not affected. So I believe in experiment, I believe in trying something new, I believe in even taking risk. Even crypto, entire thing is a risk, in fact. So if someone take even more risk within crypto, is a playing with fire, right? So because many people say even you should not put everything in crypto, which is true, but point is, within crypto, if you go, let's say, 5x 10x, that's great, that's okay, if you know what you're doing. And similarly, coin like those coins I mentioned. So be careful when you invest in dot like coin. I'm not promoting dot, but there are many coins. But Gavin Wood is working on Polkadot. Who is Gavin Wood? He is one of the founders of Ethereum. He's been in the industry for so long. So you can trust people like them. It's not, I'm giving Gavin Wood is just an example, right? It's not because we are happen to be on the dot coin. That's what I'm talking about. It's not that this is the only coin, but just taking an example, that you have to see who is behind the scene. He is not a person who is flashy. Okay, he's not going to do a lot of marketing. He doesn't need. Talented people do not need marketing. They go slow, keep building, and then they'll say, hey, this is what I built. This is how they work. Okay, they don't spend a lot of money in marketing. They don't need to, because their knowledge uh, you know uh, ultimately result in an excellent product. So they don't need a lot. So I think when you become, we are traders, but we investor as well, focus more on good coins. There is a reason I don't bring in all such coins into active list. I'm very cognizant about it, and if I say risk, I remove it. I'm very cognizant about what I choose as part of the active list, because I take it very seriously. I monitor very closely all these active list coins. So there is a reason, because then you could go far, long way with these coins, right? So this coin might not be jazzy as it seems, but in a long run you will earn a lot if it continues doing well, compared to anything which is like flying at this moment, but you never know when you would lose everything in that case. So be careful. Okay. Yeah, because it's not easy to see if coin pumps 40% today, tomorrow 30%, 20%, you end up buying. That's what happens. That's human nature. You think it's FOMO, and you think you're not able to make money, but the coin go down at the same speed. And be careful with DEX, this decentralized exchanges. Be careful that, because the slippage is huge. When the bad day comes, when they stop dropping, even the slippage could be so big, even 10%, 20%, 30% slippage you would observe. And you will, even if the coin is not actually dropped by 30%, 40%, the slippage would be so much that you will end up with 50, 60% easily, because of there are not enough buyers. There will be buyers at a very low, and there will be huge price gap, bid ask level. So be careful on DEX. They don't have huge volume. You would not even know the volume. You are just, if the 5% slippage doesn't work, you have to use 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 to just to get out, and you never know all this. So the liquidity is extremely low on this kind of exchanges. So when the bad time comes, you will not be able to exit. So remember all this. Okay. um, EGLA, excellent. You see how beautifully its position is making progress, making new all-time high slowly, and having a really nice setup. So nothing more to add. Excellent coin. ETH. ETH is just above the all-time high. Excellent back-to-back green candles, right? You can ignore this red. This is, you can treat that is okay, fine. This is moving up. Awesome. So only thing is, I want some power. I want energy, which something I'm looking forward. It's not something major, but that's the only missing piece. I just read, I want to see some firepower here. Okay, same with Bitcoin. That's something is missing. Being a TA, I want to see that it's making progress. It's just moving up, slowly, but I really want that push. I want a big push like this, kind of, with a good volume. So if that's the only thing missing. This coin is under consolidation. It can shoot up anytime. It's this is fundamentally strong coin, very strong coin. It is being used practically. You can read about it. All so many. It's supporting thousands and thousands of NFT every day. So this coin is in use, practically in use, Remember, I always like those coins not from price but coin which are being used, because that's the real fundamental. For me, the fundamental is not tying up with something. Fundamental is not that somebody has gone to live net testnet is a joke in my point of view. The real achievement is when the coin is being used, whether it's for silly reason or a good reason, no matter what, but it should be in use. Then I would say that coin has a long term uh, you know prospect. Yeah, long term prospect. So I think that's another message. Focus on the usage. So I'm not saying other fundamentals are not fundamental, so don't get me wrong. If somebody release something, it's a fundamental change, but the ultimate thing is usage. No matter, see, you see Ada for Cardano. I've been following for years. You won't believe. I used to watch um, each and every video and update Charles used to give. Then I got tired. They were not even able to release a smart contract successfully. There is no coin running on the Cardano in current stage. It might come, but for last 4 years they are promising, and it became number three. So it could become number three because a lot of promotion, a lot of bombarding, saying what we are doing and all. I'm not saying they're fake, but the point is, who is using it? So I would focus on that from a long-term point of view. So because then, so this coin, in my point of view, for a long-term point of view, this is undervalued coin, utterly undervalued coin. FTM, I think I would say it is near all-time high, but be careful about this. Seems it might end up in some sideways move or potentially down some kind of a counter trend like this, what we saw for CELR. Something like that could happen. So in simple words, if it breaks above this week's high, then you can expect it to do better and go for higher level. Otherwise, at this moment, assume that it's not ready. Yeah, I'm highlighting now. Don't tell me later that I didn't say anything. It's not crashing, so again, it's about opportunity. FTT, same thing. Okay, keep an eye. GRT, so this was the immediate bounce. This is counter. If compare with BNB, this is your homework. I explained BNB, and the answer for this is in the BNB. The chart is similar, identical in fact. Only thing is, this is late, so that's the only hint I'll give. That's your homework. You'll get what I mean. So I'll not purposefully talk about GRT. That's your homework. Let me know. I would like to hear from you also. It's I sometimes you don't talk much. When you learn something, share. You find something, share. Right? I would really like to hear about your learning as well. So because then it's like if you learn something and say, this is what I found, this is what I improved. Okay, it's not about bragging, but it's about achieving something, and I'm more interested in. If you share someone's news, I'm least interested, but if you share your news, I'm highly interested. Okay, so this is moving sideways. Last week was amazing. This week it's little down, but not so bad. Again, once it breaks above this level, then you can say now it's on run. For now, it's just moving sideways. Nothing wrong though. Casey has been a star. I had highlight long time ago. Look at the back-to-back candle. I mean, this is strong. See this? You see the volume? This is missing in the Bitcoin and Ethereum. This is the example. I want to see this. I want to see this. I hope it comes. It's not that it won't come, but it's missing. This is excellent coin. What else? Not just that, it broke above previous all-time high here. So this rejection was from the previous all-time high. It made new high. So this this is this breakout is not just breakout for this particular consolidation or downturn or counter trend, but this is actually a breakout. Let me I had drawn earlier, but I'll do it again. Some of the members are new. This is a breakout for this structure, you know what I'm saying, and it reacted from R4, which is totally fine. So this breakout is not for this structure where most of the coins, in some cases, they have done it. The breakout is at a previous all-time high. So you see what I mean is the whole entire thing is actually consolidation. The whole entire thing from this month or from here, a whole it is a recovery. So whatever you saw so far was recovery. Yeah, now this is the birth. Actually, you got my message. KDA is a monster. The KDA has been moving up nicely, but I see sign of slowdown. Again, slow down. I said not crash. It is showing that it is getting out of steam. So maybe here somewhere in near R6, you're going to see it's going to take rest, go sideways like what it did here. This is relatively new coin, right? So it is amazing. So the way you should see amazing move, then a sideways move, then another amazing move which is still happening. Now again I'm expecting it to consolidate here. If it goes up, then it will amaze me. Otherwise I would say right now, at this moment, I would say in this range from here to R6, it will hit R6, let's say, or move slowly and then move sideways between this orange and R6. I'm expecting it to move sideways before it prepares for the next one. So this coin, personally speaking, I would not expect it to do really amazing like in coming days, unless it breaks above R6, of course, right? As I said, if it really go mad and breaks above R6, then I'll take my words back, because then I have to adapt to the situation. I cannot just stick to my stand. But at this moment, I would say breaking above R6 has a lower probability, so I would not expect a big move from here on, unless it does, right? So I would rather say I'll wait for R6 to be broken above for my long term point of view. Okay, short term is fine. KSM hit R10, reacted too much. But not bad, but this was too much. Anyways, this whole entire thing is consolidation. Now you know it, so I don't have to say again and again. So it has to break above R10 for do something major. Link, it tried to break above R6. I mentioned in last week that it will try to break above. It happened. R6 rejected, came down, not deep, tried, rejected, fine, not giving up. It will try again, go for R7. So simple. LTC try to break above R10, not R, I would not say R10, but this was interim resistance. It's looking good. It's really looking good, right? So I think you can expect it to continue and go for R11. But remember, this is still under recovery. Luna has been amazing. The consolidation is ascending. It's just showing the strength. Simple. And now you see, but I mentioned that it will move sideways in this range, right? In this range I mentioned earlier, that's what is happening. R3, So nothing wrong. You can expect it to hit R4 anytime soon. So far so good. Very promising coin. MANA did fantastic job yesterday, right? It declared that it doesn't want to go down further. It's done. Having said that, it has announced that it doesn't want to go down, but same time, it doesn't mean that it is going to break about this week or immediately. It could, but we'll have to wait and see. But this is a very positive move, indicating that this is not going to, it's not going to remain silent. It's not, doesn't want to go down despite of such a huge move. It doesn't want to go down like this. This is where it is standing. You don't have to think about downside move, in simple words. Okay, you can look forward for higher level. The pace and all we'll have to see. Last yesterday was amazing. It can continue moving up because you know that this is little crazy these days because of the gaming thing, metaverse thing, and all that is trending thing happening. So in that trend, and also it's not just about, this is relatively old coin and not something which came in the light, I mean, existence in last few weeks. So this is more reliable. Matic, Matic. This was little deeper, but not threatening. You can see that it's much higher than this white trend line, which is at a local level. This is recovery wave, and nothing wrong, and you can expect it to hit, and then we'll see more. And be ready. It's going to be sluggish going ahead because this is it'll take time. See this, you see this congestion, you will see congestion here. Okay, so we need to understand this is the move up move, congestion, little bit of counter trend, up move, then a congestion, and then break. So you got to be patient about this coin, okay, and understand what it's trying to do. When you understand, so people say be patient. No, you don't need to be patient. You need to be, you need to understand the patience as a byproduct. Maturity, when you have understanding, maturity, patience comes. Patience is not something you develop, it happens, it occurs. Love, you cannot create, it happens. You cannot teach love, you cannot make love, it happens within. When you are in good state of mind, it happens. Okay, nobody need to teach, no parents need to teach what is love. Emotions, some, so point is patience, all this you don't need to learn. Once you have when you become wise in any field you do, you learn that. So it happens. So patience is not going to come just because somebody say be patient. It doesn't happen. So if I say be patient, it's not going to work. You're not going to be patient unless you know what is happening. Once you know what is happening, you will you get that. You will become, you will be patient. So it's not because somebody said that. So certain qualities um, is byproduct. The basic is understanding in this case. So anyways, okay, let me continue. NK and R2. So it's trying to break our R2. This is crazy coin. A couple of time I thought, let me get rid of this. This coin is still under consolidation, and you will see crazy moves. Be prepared. This is, you have to track on a weekly. If you don't track on weekly, this will this will um yeah, this could make you concerned in all possible ways because the percentage movement is huge. One, I would raise a flag that it might go sideways. It could continue moving sideways. I don't see any breakout at this moment. This structure and setup tells me that you've got to be patient with this because because this is not ready. So I'm highlighting right away. So if it doesn't make a move, so if it breaks above R14, forget what I said, then it's a different story. Until it breaks above R14, assume it's moving sideways. This is relatively new coin and it is following technical. If a coin follow technicals, I am very happy. And you know the R3 now. This is good coin. I'm still studying, by the way, and I would say you can read their website. It's about distributed GPU. So this is not a coin, which is not about gaming. Okay, so don't put all the coins into gaming category. You have to go deeper. This is infrastructure. Okay, this is, you go to website, you will read about this is like GPU, like graphics processing unit, right? And that's a hardware which accelerates the graphics rendering. So they are into graphics rendering, and they are coming up with a distributed network, right? So so they are into metaverse, they are into gaming, but they are not like game like this. Not about software. These are long-term players. This is on the hardware side. Remember, if you any coin that is on a hardware side, on an infrastructure side, on a platform side, they are long-term players. Game comes and go. This doesn't come easily and doesn't go easily. Remember. So I'm highlighting it. Sand, nice coin, making move. There's one interesting update before call ends for you. I'll tell you later. SHIB is not doing so well at this moment. It had bounce. Let me hide drawings for now. It bottom when I called out a couple of times. It hit resistance, previous resistance as support. Initially on this one, I think I should show you on a 1 day scale. See what happened here. It hit R8. It's done its job. So technical move earlier, hit the resistance, hit it, came down, got a bounce from this, then it got a bounce from here. It consolidated near the resistance, again came down, got a support, right? Came down, got a support. You see, everything is technical. When it went up, rejected. Where? R7, technical move. When it came down, supported. Where? R6. When it came down, supported. Where? R5. Right now it is now R, it's consolidating near R6 again. It's here. The point I'm trying to make here is it's making technical move. You got to give it some time. This is still a downtrend. When it sits here, so it didn't go this way, like, but it's more like this oopsie, little bit of change in path. That's it. Different structure, so maybe it should do like this now, but there's nothing major fundamental change. The little shape, the wave got changed a bit. This should have gone up, but now, so that's some weakness for sure, right? So as long as this week low is not broken, you don't have to worry about this coin as far as long term prospect is concerned. Yeah, if this week's low, that November 10th week low is broken below, then it's a point of concern. In that case, I'm going to take this coin out of the active list, because you know that we keep only healthy ones, and I would not consider this as healthy coin if it breaks below this. So I'm giving you heads up, but this is not a risk. It's sitting here. I don't see it's happening at this moment. Just in case, if it tries to break below R5, then it's done. It's going to get out of active list. And now, but I'm expecting it to continue moving up, break above this level, and then go for higher level. Once it breaks above this R7, then it could again make a big move, big move. But for now, resting. It's resting. Let's Hibernation. You may say hibernation. It's not just little rest, hibernation. Fine. But that's how it is. So let's recognize that it's hibernating. Okay, so you don't hope for something amazing, right? So it's not about patience, it's about understanding. Just understand the game, then you're all right. You will do better than 90% of the traders. This is SKL and the consolidation, very positive consolidation, high, low, mid, and then you can expect. So this coin is not to be tracked on lower than 1 week time frame. Otherwise, it's not going to give you comfort. Okay. Once it is a huge consolidation, and there could be a major breakout coming up for SKL. SOL has been a star. We know that consolidating here. See, Sol is a very, very, very interesting coin. Let me tell you why. First of all, this coin moves. This coin is like ninja. Ninja, you know what ninja, right? Ninja are expert. It's like clandestine organization. They move. They disguise. They are extremely efficient. They are the most efficient. They were the most efficient group in their times in terms of achieving the task. And so Soul is ninja. You know why? Because it has been moving up without any big buzz. If you measure the candle, you measure its candle, you measure with the other coin. For example, you will not notice on a weekly basis. Let me give you an example. Let's take an example of SHIB. So you see the height of the candle. When you see this kind of candle, whole entire world sees this and get attracted. When you see similar thing like from Doge, huge candle, you see weekly candle, height of the candle, huge candle, people get excited. You see Mana, you see huge candle like this, people get excited, they get in. You now you see Soul, you're not going to see that. So it's not exciting, but it is so consistent, so much consistent in its move, that it will go for 100x 1000x without any big buzz. You will only recognize when someone says it 100x 200x 300, then only you will realize, oh yeah, because it's moving silently like ninja. So Soul is ninja, extremely efficient, but without making any buzz, very silent, silent killer. So right now it's up by 3%. Every day it will go up by 2-3%. You will see on an average, and it'll keep on moving, keep on moving. It will not make any news. It will not make any big buzz. It will keep moving up, and later you will realize, oh wow, it went up too much. I didn't buy it. So this is the coin. So this you don't. So I've been seeing this coin for long, and personally speaking, I couldn't take advantage as I should have been, because it also it's not that I didn't gain out of it, but probably I underestimated this, I would say. I'm not now, of course not, but earlier I underestimated this coin because it moves so slow but in a steady manner, that I didn't realize that it will continue doing like this. This is like tire. It's not. I mean, it's like unstoppable kind of a coin, right? So, star coin. What to say? Tail has been moving sideways. You see, a long, long, long sideways. Nice attempt, but then a bad drop. So that's why don't get impressed with one. If it is consistent for 1 week or more than 1 week, like at least 2 week back to back green candle, then it's important. That's the whole purpose of this kind of a weekly call for a long term strategy. You don't excite it. Don't, you are not supposed to get excited in 1 day 2 day call. You see the consistency, you have to see the trend is forming. See, this is called trend, this is called trend, this is not trend, this is sideway movement. Okay, so if you look at a 1 day, it will look amazing, some 1 day 2 day, but you have to zoom out, always look for weekly, and then see, is it making a trend or it's just part of the consolidation and moving in a range. This is moving in a range, right? Within a specific range. This is not trending. So it's neither trending upward nor downward. It's just moving sideways, and that's positive, right? It's not negative, but it's not going to make money a lot compared to the coin which I highlighted, which are like with uptrend. Theta, same, nothing different. I'm going to say same, nothing different. I'm going to say VET, more or less the same, but it's not as flat as other, so it's better. But again, same BNB, refer BNB, homework. I mentioned that for some other coin, I forgot even. Same thing. This is, you can expect it to follow what BNB did. BNB just ahead in time, this is behind, nothing different. VRA, I would say it's up by 4%, but be a little cautious about this coin. This could consolidate. I don't know how long, but this is not ready yet. Okay, this is not ready. This is like a lot of resistance around here, unfortunately. So you can expect slow movement around this. I don't know when it will make a big move, but it is amazingly strong coin. The trend is up. This is not consolidation like for weeks and weeks, right? This is just a second week of this kind of downside move. Like here we had a 3 days of down, 3 weeks of downside move, something like this, right? But right now, this week and potentially next 1 2 week, it could move slow. That's my assumption at this moment, looking at the structure. Okay, with that note, I covered all the coins, everything in detail with a lot of other details. Yeah, so one update which I haven't announced, I'm not going to announce yet, but I'm just saying here. I'm working on semi-automated feature, you may say Navigator 2.0. Navigator version was good. It has some uh, things that were require some enhancement, and I'm working on it. So I'm working on Navigator 2. Those who are on the opportunity platform for long knows what is Navigator. I'll announce anyway in few days. It is being tested, and this time I'm going to test even for longer. I'm going to test for a month to make sure the results are good, and then probably then I'll release. But so I'm not in a hurry to release that feature soon. I'm going to do thorough testing with this for a month at least, and then release. But basically what I'm doing is I'm automating, so there is going to be signal on for selected coins on under that feature. And this feature, like earlier, it is going to be standalone feature, totally optional, like the moon indicator, totally optional in a standalone. So Navigator 1.0 was like that. So this is 2.0, but this is what is the difference is I uh, I'm implementing new technique in that, and it is going to be Discord signal. So basically, you're going to get automated, so you don't need to be online. So if there is any risk, you're going to get a signal. This is not moon indicator. This is not bot solution. This is going to get, you are going to get signal, and this is not my indicator. I'm using some other indicator, but my own technique. So it's a hybrid model. So this is little different. Okay, so let's not mix up with moon indicator, which is totally my. Um, I wrote the the core and all. Of course, there's always some inspiration, but the script, I wrote the whole entire logic, and that is integrated with bot. So the aim for that one indicator feature was to provide automated signal, totally end-to-end, end-to-end automation. This is semi-auto, what we call semi-auto in the US. So this is going to be in, so the signal you're going to get on Discord. What I'll be doing, unlike Moon Indicator where it's about Ethereum, I'm going to pick 5 7 coins, and which same as version 1.0, and then basically provide opportunity and risk based on indicator, but not like manually I will view it. I will have logic set in the indicator, and that indicator will trigger up or down signal on the Discord. So you will see the signal on Discord and under specific. So my idea is I'll take 3 flavors maybe, or 2 flavors, where like fast moving category and then a medium moving category. So maybe 2 flavors. So sometimes people, it's like you see um, some, when you buy some fund, you will see that high risk kind of, high reward kind of a strategy, and the low risk and a low return kind of a strategy, right? So that kind of a structure where one flavor could be like all fast moving flavors, another could be like medium kind of a flavor. So anyone who is interested in whatever, like, can go for both or can go for one of them. So there will be 2 flavors. So that's the plan. But yeah, the key thing is I'm using existing indicator, like, which is widely available, but it's the way I'm interpreting that indicator is totally my own style. I haven't seen yet anyone doing that. um, I have read a lot about that indicator, and it's not that I know everything about what other are doing, but so far you can say whosoever I've seen, nobody is using the technique that I'm using for that indicator. So let's hope the things go well and end up in good results. So what I'm doing is, I'm for 1 month, I have set a signal for different coins, and it is under one folder. It is not available for all, of course, because this is a testing phase. But when I open up, you will see that, and you will see all that result, because um, those would be available for you to see what, how testing result I'm talking about. I'm not involving in testing everybody, because uh, it's not, I would not say it's ready for a usage, because I don't want to confuse you with those signals. That's why it's not ready. And I'm testing with all active coins, because for different flavors. But eventually it will have around 5 coins, a high risk, high reward return category, and low risk, low or medium kind of category. 2 flavors. But testing point of view, I'm testing 40 plus coins, and that will go on for a month, and all the test data will be available on that on under that folder. So when I release with a wider audience, then you will get to see, and I, of course, I'll update more. And but that's a quick announcement on Navigator 2.0. So with that note, I'll end this recording, and of course we'll discuss more for any other topic you are interested in, any question you might have.